Today, I want to talk about migrations and specifically the down migration method. This is a surprisingly controversial topic. A lot of Laravel developers, in fact, some of whom I respect greatly, never use the down method. In fact, they might go so far as to change the stub file so that when they artisan make migration, it doesn't even show them a down method that they have to then delete. And so I don't want to get into that debate today. I think there are valid reasons for having a down method, but today instead I want to talk to those of us that use down methods and talk about when it would be appropriate to use rollback, which is going to call this down method, in production, right? So a production deployment. And to set this up, let's look at an example migration. So this is an app that has some roles and some permissions, pretty common stuff in a Laravel app. And as part of this migration, I'm introducing a new role and I'm introducing a new permission and I'm assigning that new permission to some existing roles. So in this case, we're creating a permission called can log in. We're assigning it to these three roles that already exist. And then we're creating a new role called sales, which is not receiving that can log in permission. Pretty straightforward. The down method literally does the exact reverse of that. It deletes the role, it finds our new permission, it loops over everybody who has it and removes it, and then it cleans up by finally deleting their permission. So this is an overly simplistic example, but it's just concrete enough that it will demonstrate the point I like to make, which is when would it be appropriate to run this? So let's say we've deployed this to production, and within like 30 seconds of deployment, we're getting errors and we know we just made a mistake. Something we didn't anticipate with this migration has introduced like a show-stopping bug in production. What do? Well, we can roll back. And that's the beauty of these down migrations, or down methods in migrations. Thankfully, that scenario is pretty rare, right? I would hope a show-stopping bug wouldn't make it through your local development process, writing tests, maybe having QA test it, having a code review, having the users tested in staging, or there's all of these checks along the way that should hopefully find it. But if you do find yourself in that very bad situation, being able to roll back in just minutes is fantastic. It's a huge relief. However, let me change the scenario slightly, and this will help make my point. What if I deploy it, and now I don't have a show-stopping bug? In fact, everything seems fine. Hours, maybe days go by, and now I get one or two bug reports, and I realize, oh, there is a bug in this migration. So two things that are different here. It's not a show-stopping bug, and number two, it only came to light many hours or days later after the migration was run. In that case, I would not roll it back. Because to me, now it's more risky to roll it back. Like, what data has been created by real users in the hours or days since I deployed this that's maybe somehow related and dependent on this permission? To me, that's not worth the risk. I would rather take a more methodical approach, write a new migration to fix it, write a new bug fix, just not worry about rolling it back. So the difference there is how much time elapsed. That is the critical thing. If it's within minutes, I would roll it back. If it's much beyond that, even if it's an hour or two, I don't think it's worth the risk. And of course, your mileage may vary in your product and your production environment. But that's a nice rule of thumb that I thought I would share. And if you are interested in why we feel so strongly that down migrations are useful, there's a podcast episode we recorded where we shared other things that have nothing to do with rolling back in production, but that we find value in having the down method in our migration. So I'll include a link to that in the comments or in the article that this video is linked to. So enjoy that. Let me know what you think. Do you write down migrations? Is this something that you find useful?